Hello all, I'm going to make this video here short and sweet, but I wanted to actually show you what it looks like from both the presenter mode and the audience mode. So I've got a meeting already going, and just so we'll talk about this more later, but I do want to try to have the chat box open at all times so I can see people's interaction on chat, and we'll talk about that. Just so everyone knows, when you've got an audience member that may not already have Teams on their computer that they would normally open with this right here, they can continue on this browser. So just have them continue on this browser and select that button. That'll actually take them right into the meeting on the existing browser as opposed to trying to open up the app. So we can join now. This is my presenting screen. And now this is my audience screen, just so we know. And I do have a secondary monitor. I'll talk about that in a moment. So the normal way that people share their screens is by choosing the desktop. One thing that I'll make mention of here is that if you've got any video that you're going to utilize in the presentation or playing a video on your browser, you'll want to click this button that includes computer sound, so that now the audience will hear the sound of the video that you're playing. And that's actually what I'm using right now. Now I'm gonna give you two examples of best practice. So one is just by selecting the normal desktop. You'll see here that my audience went away, my chat went away, so I don't see any of that now, which is not necessarily ideal for me as the presenter. The audience sees my screen just fine. If I go into a presentation and I select present mode, just so everyone knows, I can go to display settings, and you'll see that the working of the presentation is right here. I can actually select a laser pointer, for example. So now that laser pointer shows up on the screen, and it actually shows up on the audience screen as well. I can also do a couple things. I can swap my display settings. So if I want to have the presentation here and the slides over here, I can do that. I'm actually going to go swap it back to show you something different here. So you'll see that my presentation is over here. I'm going to select my laser pointer again, so I've got that active. Now I'm going to click Show Taskbar in the upper left. This brings up my bar down here. Now what I can do from this side is have the audience over here, so that my audience is seeing my presentation. They've got the face up right here of the presenter, but now I'm seeing the folks that are in my audience down at the bottom. So again, just click Show Taskbar. I can pull up, the whole big screen if I want to, and still have my laser pointer and my presentation on over here. So if I click through with the space bar, I can go to the next slide. I can use the laser pointer to show details on that. I can go to the next slide with the space bar and continue on. Now, that works if you've got the second screen and you're still able to see the chat box here, and you're able to see the rest of the presenters, or the rest of the audience, I'm sorry, in the screen. So this works okay if you've got the second screen. Now I'm gonna stop presenting here, and I'm gonna show you what you would do if you were only using your laptop screen. So let me get out of this here. Bear with me a moment. I'm gonna end the slideshow. All right. So now I'm going to go into share screen again, and I can include the sound just to make sure that that's on. But now what I'm going to do is actually browse, and I'm going to choose a file. Now, some of the files do show up right here, but they may not be the most updated file that you saved. So just to make sure that you've got the proper file, hit browse, upload from my computer, and I'm just going to open up that same PowerPoint, but I'm going to replace it, and it's going to actually open it up in my screen. So again, if I'm just using my laptop screen, you'll see here that I still have myself and the audience at the bottom. You'll see that the presentation is opening now on my screen as well as the audience screen. So this is actually the way that we would want to run through a presentation. So now, and I have to reload the file because I've updated the file, but at least now it'll show my presentation. I can scroll through with the space bar on the screen here, but I can still see my audience and I can still see my chat, and the audience is seeing their presentation. If I want to pull up the chat on the audience side, I can do that, and I can actually type in some great PowerPoint on the chat. That's actually showing up on the audience side while they're watching my presentation so they can interact with me, and it's showing up right here as well. The only other thing I wanted to point out is you'll notice I'm wearing a set of headphones that go right into my ear. It also picks my audio up right at the location as opposed to using the computer audio. So it's a little bit better as far as sound quality that I found. So you're not picking up a dog barking or the doorbell ringing as much as you are the voice right from yourself as the presenter. So a quick video there just to show you both screens, but I think this is a really nice way to get the audience participating a little bit more and to make it clean for yourself.